I just want to thank everybody. I want to thank Oray and the Agenda team, the entire AEW team. I want to thank you. I think most people think it has been easy. I must admit, it is hard working with me. I'm as tough as nails. I never accept. There is just a drive for me personally that we need to outdo ourselves. And I know sometimes, if in my worst moments, I really push you guys too much, charge it to my head, not my heart. I love all of you, but I think that we do push sometimes harder because we believe in showing African excellence. Because when we show African excellence at its best, it represents so many that took a bet on us. I remember many of you in this room when we started African Energy Week. It was very hard, and many corporations were very hard to take a risky bet. African, no history, we read a lot of crazy stuff. How do we take a bet on them? You did. You did. And for that, it was very important for me and the entire team to pay you back with nothing else but utmost hard work. And as we grow, sometimes we're going to make some mistakes. Sometimes we will not be at our best. Please be patient with us. We're public servants. We're not perfect servants. But we're always going to try to make these bigger, better. Every year we've doubled our numbers. And whenever I see them two ladies from Shell, especially you, whenever she shows up, I know we're doing okay. Because she's always been there with one leg, ready to support, but ready to love. And I thank you. I thank you so much. And to Jay Parks, who has not only been a teacher, he's been what I call a champion's champion, always championing us, always sitting there and educating us and ensuring that we keep ourselves bankable. Who would have thought that we would have, and Jay, thank you. We would have thought that African Energy Week today, we're not just going to have members from the energy industry, but veterans of the industry, people who are some of our best talents. On the last day, last panel, the chairman and board members of Africa's biggest national oil company, NNPC, still here at the last hour. We thank both of you so much. And that speaks to the testament that there is nothing so powerful. There's nothing that we cannot do. That when you put ideas into actions and you get great ideas, you put actions to it, it means that ideas time has come. I see you. Thank you so much. Thank you. You get Norton Rose lawyers, Gregory North. He has been a champion, always pushing. It's always the lawyers who driving this. Lawyers like credit from Yomi. Omo, how fun. I told him I would out Nigerian him. I would do Lagos better than him. You meet Yomi, he speaks the Queen's English. He's like Kemi Badenoch. He speaks a nice English. But he hasn't denied Nigeria, so we still love him. So thank you, Yomi. Thank you. But as we go forward, our job at the chamber, it is not about a conference. This is a movement. So we are going to continue. Our work starts again tomorrow. We are going to continue pushing for an enabling environment. We're going to continue pushing to drive up the African private sector. It is so important. We are going to continue pushing our industry to prioritize women and make women a central part of what we do. Because African women are still the last hired and the first fired in our industry. We still have platforms with no space for women. We still have rakes where they ask women whether you belong here or you don't. we still have places where some of the words, our word choice we use in our industry doesn't make it attractive for women. We still have, sometimes we need more leadership to be tough on sexual harassment issues in our industry. And we better when we get tougher on ourselves before they get tough on us. So we can show that and continue to show that our industry is where every young African girl can dream to want to be part of. And I want to thank my wife for being one of my, I mean, imagine being married to me. And thank you, Kelly, for being so supportive, putting up with me, barely spending a day, a week sometimes. I'll go 3 weeks on the road, and she has to hold the fork, and she has to always be there. And I thank you so much. I love you. And we have work to do for so many that cannot be in this room, work to do for so many small companies that are dreaming to find partners, are dreaming to be part of this, are dreaming to be, even those who don't have a shot. I always say our job gets done when nobody knows what we do, but they see the results of what we do. They don't need to know our names, but they need to see that they get the energy that they need and that we can be that African generation that really changes our perception, narrative. We truly need to be like what Mother Teresa would say, a pencil in the hand of God writing our own history. And that's what we have to do. And I think when we do that, as I said earlier on my opening remarks, our future and Africa's future is not for us to predict. It's for us to create. And we create that by driving those new chapters, by going to those new mountains, by looking at people like a chairman of NNPC whom I had a chance to sit on dinner with and heard about his 30-year history. So many people told me, if you don't see that guy before he leaves Cape Town, you'll be in trouble. But guys like these, Abdul and them, for us to look at the young people and say, we've not climbed, Greg, we've not climbed our last mountains, but we still have some other mountains to climb. But pass a rope to these young ones and say, keep climbing. And when you climb up those mountains, look back, wave at me, because I'll be looking at you and I'll still be having other mountains to climb. Because these young African champions, they need a rope that we need to pass on to them and ask them to climb those African mountains and produce energy for every African. That is a must, and our generation can do it. It is not impossible. And I really want to invite you, prepare yourself, and I want to apologize to the 58 exhibitors that could not have space this year. 58, they couldn't have space. We're going to try to create more space because the more exhibiting space we have, the better. And try to book early. You know how they say if you live in Chicago, they say vote early, vote often. So book early, book often, and really try to get yourself prepared because a lot of people come late and say we can't find places to speak, to be part of this dialogue because they come 3-4 months before and it becomes a rush. I think engage with us, work with us. Amena, thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. She has always been somebody who says, send me. I tell her, listen, this is what we do. She said, forget everything. And there's a secret most of you don't know. She is like the goddaughter of a big mentor of mine, Mohammed Sanusi Bakindo, who basically adopted her like her daughter and worked so much in there. And you ministers here or people who work in government, I hear you guys have act like a liquid metal, release your powers on those regulations and cut red tape, do your abido shaker, whatever you have to do. Cut all those red tapes and let's start getting business going. Let's go Africa. And thank you guys so much, and I really appreciate it.